Hey art fans, we're going to take you through here the infrared imaging of the Pieta from Buffalo, attributed to Michelangelo. The latest publication, La Pieta di Ragusa, published by the National Institute of Conservation and Restoration in Rome. It just was published. Strongly, or in a quiet way, I guess, attributes the painting to Michelangelo, but we're going to point out some of the things that they point out in their book here. Anyway, you look at it, and overall the underdrawing is, as they say, a very confident, powerful underdrawing. That's something only a master artist would have made, not a copyist, not a student, not an artist of a little bit of ability. So let's zoom it in here for you to look at. We're going to look at the things they call penamente, changes that were made that a copyist wouldn't have done. If this was a underdrawing that a master made, you can see the neckline here, but the painted ruffles of the Madonna's neckline here has been altered and lowered a little bit. Also, the underdrawing here of the strap for this bodice has been changed and lowered. So those are the underdrawings, and obviously you can see the darker lines here of the blue paint. Also on the arms over here, underdrawings are here and over here, and then past those lines in significant amounts in some areas. I suppose it's been overpainted. And those things people point out and say that a copyist would never have done that. We're going to come down to it. Antonio points out as two unfinished portions of this painting. Let's shorten this up a little bit for you. The tunic here of this angel that Vittoria Colonna writes and says she's charmed with the angel on the right arm of Christ is by far the most beautiful thing. And I believe it truly is the case. But when you look at the waist of this angel here, you would think that the waist wouldn't stop where this arm is. But this portion of the tunic, which would give that angel the right width, is just left in its red primer condition. It's not painted with the pink of the tunic here. So again, that's something that Antonio points out and says that only a master like Antonio would have gotten away with, or a master like Michelangelo would have got away with. Also over here on the lower edge of the stone here, you can see the image of the underdrawing that shows through. Yet the stone is painted well short of those lines. So those kind of incomplete portions would be something that any museum would attribute to a change that was made, not from what the master artist designed. And they would make that an attribution to the master that they're wanting to attribute the painting to. On the website, theamericanmike.com, we go into the changes of the face of Christ. When I first saw this, I knew that there was a change made to Christ's face. I didn't know how at the time. But you can see on the underdrawing here of this nose, which is the underdrawing image here, but the actual painted image comes way down here of the face that I was used to looking at. But that was actually overpainted at some period of time, you know, maybe 100 or 200 years ago, we don't know. And then also in the painted image that I was used to looking at before the restoration, this dark slit here, and there's one over here actually that's kind of missing some of the paint. Those were the closed eyelids of the image that I was used to looking at. But the underdrawing itself right here is that slit to the eye. And what Lorenzo di Alessandro did during the restoration, of course, was take this overpainting away, and the new image that we see is the original image that was painted at the time. And so there's a little bit of a lip line here and an open mouth a bit. And the face of Christ was actually, here's the underdrawing, but in the painting that I was used to looking at, the width of the face went way out to here. So those are some big changes that are clearly easy to see. Some other images that Antonio points out is this incredible shading that's something a lesser artist wouldn't have been able to do, but you see it here in the underdrawing too. There's the shades of everything. Other changes that were made. The edge of the stone that comes to here was originally at one time down here, but it was raised up to this level here. Also, the horizon was at this level at one time, and all these little spots you see are vegetation that ultimately was overpainted, and the horizon was lifted up to this level, which you can see through here. And so that's something that a student or copyist wouldn't have done. Also, the edge of this stone basically goes all through the back of the painting, so the original artist would have just painted that whole stone and then added the bodies. So that's something that a copyist wouldn't have done. So those are just some of the things. Rhetorical owner writes that the angel on the right arm of Christ is by far the most beautiful thing in the picture, and I think that truly is the case here. And of course, this angel over here isn't so bad either. In the underdrawing, the painting, I think it's not as strong as the underdrawing image, but hey, that's what black and white does for you. Sometimes the color makes things a little bit become a little bit more critical of what you're looking at. But anyway, we'll keep it short so I can download this to YouTube so you can start looking at it. That's the underdrawing of the painting by Michelangelo from Buffalo, New York. La Pieta di Ragusa is the new book out. You can check it all out at theamericanmike.com. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye.